I mean, we are live now. I think I got the music cut at the right time. Hopefully. We'll see.
Hello, and welcome to episode 9 of our Thin Blood show set in the world of darkness. My name's Doozabin Dan, and these are the nerds I play with. Jenny, who are you and what do you do?
I'm Jenny Artorias. Just now, I finished doing up my house, and I play Monster Hunter Rise. When I'm not playing Vampire. Looking forward to today.
Wild High's better.
Agree to disagree, Will. Will, who are you and what do you do?
Hey, I am Lilith Bell. I'm here playing everyone's favourite Dr. Thinblood. And when I'm not here, you can find me on my channel. Above me, you can see what you'd have to type in to find it. And me and my girlfriend's been streaming Pokemon Fusion, Pokemon Infinite Fusion fan mod, doing a Nuzlocke. We have lost a few of our children. We sent them upstate to live with their uncle. They're okay. And now we have a lot of bloody vengeance to bring upon those that have hurt us. Our Teddy Ursa / Mr. Mime combo is our favourite child, and she is bitch slapping her way through the Kanto region.
I think I understood about 10% of what you just said.
Oh, you're just better than me. I'm at 1%.
I'm like some of those were definitely words.
Anyone here who knows Pokemon will get it. Also,
I mean, I understood Kanto. That's about it.
Yeah. And outside of that, normally it's been a while since real life has been a bitch. We will be getting back to our Power Rangers stream soon. We are 2 episodes away from the finale, and then we're moving on to season 2, the 5 Kingdoms arc, where I still need to find at least one more player who's a dude. So the one and only male player will not be fully outnumbered.
I mean,
He's already outmatched. I don't know if it makes a difference.
Well, given the context of what next season is, you and him having to go up against each other is going to be very interesting.
I mean,
seeing how both of you two are schemers.
I'll sign out for that nonsense, Ryan. I'll be a Power Ranger for good, and so forth.
Maybe. I know you're very busy, so I'll see if I can find anyone else. Well, I'll keep your thing on. Trouble, who are you and what do you do? Or what's the shadow I was meant to jump to? I forget the order.
Hi, I'm the Lazy Gerbil, and this is the only internet thing I do. Also, no matter how hard I try, no matter how serious I make my character, I still somehow end up the comic relief. Anyway, Shadows, who are you and what do you do?
I think Gerbil just has that big comic relief energy.
Funnily enough, my grade 6 drama teacher said the same thing.
Savage.
Oh, yeah, I'm Shadows.
Yeah, why do you think my mental health is as screwed as it is?
I'm Shadows. Blame all the technical goblins on Doozer. I play Elliot, who is totally not eating people. Guys, do you think someone believed that? Anyone? No?
No.
Maybe? No?
No.
I mean, we literally had a scene where you were, dude.
Look, I watched a game of people playing werewolf, and someone's defense to not be killed was literally, I may be a cannibal, but at least I'm not a werewolf.
Okay, yeah, fair.
I'll allow it.
Speaking of werewolves,
there's a hunter organization I think you might like. Anyway,
speaking of werewolves, should we get into this?
Yes.
But before we do, the music you were listening to before the show was Miracle of Sound. He's awesome. Check him out. He's done a lot of music over the years. He's on album. He's in double digits with his albums now. This is an adult show with adult themes, horror mostly, and as such, there will be times when things will happen that you might find disturbing.
Like
And
eating
if
people.
if that is the case, please feel free to take a mental health break, because your brain is more important than this show. Self-care is best care, etc., etc.
No one here
Also,
advocates for eating people. That's just our characters. They have been cursed.
Also, the players are not the characters. The characters make awful decisions in the game, and we make entirely different awful decisions in real life.
Like not sleeping.
Yeah, or only sleeping for 3 hours, huh, Jebel?
This is slander. I said no such thing.
Oh shit.
On a related note, if you're diabetic, I suggest you avoid the episodes with Grace because she is too sweet. So
Yes.
Wow.
She is.
Grace is the only ray of sunshine in this entire show.
She
Everything else
really
in
is.
darkness.
And we have traumatized the poor little thing.
Yes, it's like this girl is the only ray of sunlight. How can we dim that sunlight?
Look.
Anywho, shall we start the game?
Yeah, I think that's
bastard.
everything. So, Jenny,
Yes. Although, if we ever did do a Hunters game,
well, I tried.
we would have to play Grace and the twins.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I see that.
So anyway,
Jenny,
before I
do the same,
sidetrack us
quick.
again, full moon rises over London tonight. As our thinbloods all meet at the Chantry, and decide their plan of action for this evening. You know that the attack is happening tonight. You know that attendance is mandatory, and well, there's a high risk of death and dismemberment. So, it has been a few weeks. So as you sort of like pick up the scene, describe your character again for us, and yeah.
So are we at the hospital now? Then it's the big
You're at the Chantry.
So
de facto meeting place.
So yeah.
There are books scattered around. Zach has been pouring through different research. There's like the half-cleaned remains of the ritual that he did to summon Bloody Mary.
Yeah.
And several of you have acquired like different bits and pieces for this evening. But yeah, it's a good opportunity to just set in stone what those things are. And
James has fully adopted the business suit life, and he doesn't wear the hoodies and the jeans and that anymore. And he's always dressed very smartly now. His hair is always gelled back. He looks very, very professional, very I'm a brand new manager here, and I would like to make a good impression. Energy, a lot of that energy coming on with him, and he is currently reading books because I think it would be amusing. The books he's reading, because I imagine he would have given up with the Chantry. He is now reading the life history and all the myths and legends surrounding figures like Bloody Mary, the history of Aleister Crowley and Jack the Ripper, and would have also read Charles Dickens books, looking for information on Stray.
Mm-hmm.
Veronica would walk in and look over to James and basically go,
"You've gone quiet again, Jebel."
And you're meant to be describing yourself.
"Oh, right. You guys can still hear me, right?"
Yeah.
You're quiet, yes, but again, keeping on track of what Jen told us to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Veronica is a very slight woman. She's 4'10". Wild curly red hair, freckles on her face, and She is currently wearing her uniform, and she still has her name tag on, so it says V Gray, and her official title is laboratory technician. And she walks in, looks at James, and goes, "How are the stocks on Wall Street?"
At that joke, the corner sees a young lad, short black hair, sitting there in a green top, which has those invisible straps. I don't know what they're called. Wearing a skirt with purple and white spider motif. Reading books on mythology and lore, also trying to figure shit out.
When Veronica says that, James picks up his phone, makes a shove look, and he goes, silver stakes are up 3%.
And in the background, we see someone just hands in the hoodie, black hair, wearing a similar white hoodie, just that pose back against the wall, one foot on the wall, just sort of looking down, maybe thinking.
One second.
Oh, good. Maybe I'll get my monies back. Anywho, she walks over to Zach and gives you basically a little vial of reddish liquid and goes, "If you drink this, you will turn into a champion long jumper. Hopefully it'll help you stay out of Stray's reach," and hands it to you.
Thank you. Although I'm more likely to end up jumping into a wall with this.
Elliot, so when I drink this, I grow claws like a cat. I have no idea how it'll affect you, but it'll give you natural weapons.
So should I drink it now or wait until the...
It lasts about an hour, so
wait until we see a big bad thingy. Got it. Puts it away in the jacket.
That's the same for you, Zach. And and I have a Red's hot sauce on me.
You were able to convince them to quarantine off the hospital, correct? Try to limit the amount of people that's going to be coming in.
Well, I'm pretty sure the plan is to have an electrician, basically. We're going to shut off the power in a way that will essentially shut down the hospital for the night.
Well, will they bring in the police is the question.
If it doesn't look like sabotage, they won't. And by the time they figure that out, hopefully the night will be over. And let's be honest, if we're alive long enough to regret that decision, I'd say we won.
Zach gives a nod. Well, ladies, let's head there before the sun sets, otherwise we're in trouble.
I am not looking forward to this.
If you were, I would say you're insane. Smoke him if you got him. Zach gets onto his bike and bolts off to the hospital.
I can carpool if people need a ride.
Zach would take the scenic route to the hospital just to enjoy what could be his last ride on his precious, precious motorbike.
Okay, just out of my own curiosity, what type of bike does Zach ride?
A bike of a description.
A bike of bikiness.
I don't know bikes. I don't know vehicles.
Okay, let's just say it's a Harley Davidson and leave it at that.
They're so expensive.
Honestly, knowing Zach, he probably would have got one custom made to look like a Tron bike.
Oh my god.
It's very extra. Those exist, but yeah.
So we fade to black and show up in the hospital?
Sure.
I assume it would be in
Um,
Zach's office.
hmm If you like to be. Yeah.
I'm assuming either that or the cathedral.
I feel like we're missing something.
Is that Elliot or Shadow speaking?
Shadow. Were we doing the James scene first or after?
Which scene?
James and Amy.
Amy.
I assume we should do that. I assume
I
we should do that after in case he dies. Then he doesn't have to worry about it.
I mean, I would assume before in case he dies, but hey.
Sorry, no, I vetoed that scene. I don't
Okay,
think
cool.
they should be available. But yeah.
We don't have the time for that and prepare this shit.
So Zach's riding a Honda. That's what Zach's riding. I googled popular bikes in 2014. Average bikes, and the Honda is one of the most popular. So you're riding a Honda.
Nope, as I said, it's a custom bike that looks like a Tron bike.
Doesn't matter
Okay.
what the bike used to be. It's now a Tron bike.
That's fair.
Veronica would just quietly say under her breath, "That is quite possibly the ugliest bike I've ever seen."
It even has square wheels. Or something, I don't know.
Anyway, so we arrive at Winston Memorial Hospital.
Yep.
Yeah. So you head to Zach's office. Sorry, I'm enjoying chat too much. There's so far no sign of the stray, or Mark, the priest. The hospital is quiet. There's still activity, but thankfully tonight does not seem to have been a busy night. So yeah. I believe Zach's office is fairly darkened, even with the lights turned up. Being degenerates everywhere, they can't figure out what you've done. But yeah,
Look. Having the room be less light in place helps the children relax.
I'm sure
such a dodgy thing to say.
Helps the children
yeah,
helps the children and patients relax. It's good for their eyes.
Sure.
that's not helping.
Yeah, that's not helping, buddy.
Again, we've established Zach does not have social. Zach does not have social dice.
Sometimes
Zach-
when you find yourself in a hole with a shovel, stop digging.
Zach is one of those doctors that you're concerned about, but you know won't actually do anything. He's just real creepy.
Yeah, no, I'm just concerned about, period. Just let's say it.
Zach has never done anything wrong. He
He's,
can't justify.
Zach
Didn't need
is,
qualification. Anyway, so you're all in the room. Let's move on.
So do we actually have
Yeah.
any actual plan here outside of just to set the weapons?
Elliot takes out his hands from his hoodie. You see silver knuckles.
I assume we'd have been
punch
able
it?
to get a blue.
I think punch
assume
it.
we'd have. Sorry. I out of character. I assume we'd have been able to get blueprints of the hospital.
Yeah, I think that's fairly easy. If not, like Zach and Veronica can easily sort of drop a map of areas they're familiar with. So yeah, it's not a big issue.
Yeah. And if I brought my gang, that wouldn't be off limits, right? That wouldn't be disallowed, or would I not be allowed to bring my gang?
Veronica would say we are not bringing in your gang because she doesn't want. She wants the least amount of damage to happen to the hospital as possible, and if you bring your gang, they will just shoot everything in sight.
That's fair. They would. They would tend. They would tend to shoot it, move, shoot it.
And again, limiting police.
True. Okay, then. It'd bring up as a suggestion, but not expect an overwhelmingly positive response.
There's a reason I'm leaving the Texan at home, hon.
The reason you're leaving what? Sorry.
The Texan at home.
Yeah, it checks out.
No, not at home. I told him to go and out to the movies or something, to be in a public area while this is going down.
Mm.
In case Jack or Mary gets frisky again.
Yeah, so like I imagine James will point out like areas that they want to avoid because it's too open area or too closed off. Like here's a mega long corridor with no turns. Don't go down that corridor. It's gonna be a bad time.
I just remembered something Mary said. Oh yeah, did I tell you guys I spoke to Mary again?
No.
Yeah.
What, mate?
Oh yeah, I summoned Mary again. It was a thing. While doing research, she did say that Stray was a bit of a pack leader, so there may be more than one thing coming our way.
In that case, definitely stay out of the long corridors.
Veronica gives you an overly hard poke in the shoulder. That's for summoning a spirit that has tried to murder our loved ones.
My answer for that is her part of the game is now over, so I assume she wouldn't attack. And two, she didn't give the only reason I forgot to bring that up now is outside that bit of information. I don't think anything else she said really mattered.
Fair.
Do we know anything more about Stray? Other than he's the leader of the pack?
Apparently he's like their house pet or something.
He did imply that he was pretty much a lapdog in a figurative and literal sense.
My answer is I don't know. Look out for like ghost puppies or something.
So Silver's probably not going to work then.
I have no clue.
I mean, it's
That's why
better than nothing.
That's why I made these taps. The ward he handed out to everyone. The anti-spirits bullshit.
Look, at the very least, she points at Elliot. If he drinks that potion, it doesn't matter what it is. He'll punch it real good.
Fair enough. Seconds.
So, The sun has gone down. You're not sure when the attack will begin.
Sax,
But you do know that you need time to sabotage the generator. So if you're going to do it, it needs to be soon. Question is, how are you going to do it?
Didn't we decide that James was going to get his dad to do it?
We did decide that. Do you want to do that?
Yeah. If we've got time for that scene, I'd like to.
I think we should have Gerald's character just escort him to the generator because Veronica actually is a sociable person and could probably, she's a staff member of the hospital, so her escorting a handyman through the corridors would look less suspicious. It'll look less. Same could be said with Sack, but it's Sack.
Okay, let's be honest. People like Veronica more.
Sack's just a bad doctor.
Veronica isn't a doctor.
Exactly.
Weird amount of doctor hate in this game that I'm running. I don't know why.
Anyway.
So
I'm not hating any doctors or nurses.
So anyway, yes. I imagine James heads off to
he goes to talk to his dad.
Yeah.
Like, has Veronica managed to get his mum transferred?
I'm pretty sure I did.
In that case, we could just say that she's being prepped to be transferred.
Because I'm pretty sure that was the bargaining chip we used with your dad to have him agree. It's like, we'll get her transferred to a hospital away from all the bullshit. Away from where pretty much you will say, we'll move her, me and Veronica will move her to a hospital where your son doesn't know where the fuck she is. So she'll be safe.
What did I do?
Be a gangster.
We know you did nothing. Your dad is still blaming you.
Yeah, so of course when he turns up at the room and I imagine it's just after she's been transferred, James just says, "Yo, Dad, we need to talk." And
we see your dad, an older, slightly overweight man, weirdly still in like work overalls as always, like every time we've seen him, that permanently ingrained like dirt and oil under his fingers, and just he looks calm initially, but when he hears your voice, like there's a moment of tension. What is it now, James?
James will make sure there's no one around, and they'll shut the door so they have some privacy. And then he draws the curtain, and he just sits down on a chair. He just says, "I don't have much time to explain the entire situation to you, so I need you to listen. I need you to actually listen to me, Dad, because it's the only way we all get out of this alive. Well, it's the only way you get out of this alive. I'm already dead." And then he opens his mouth and lets his fangs grow. You know when I disappeared for a couple of days, Dad? And then the fangs shrink back and he closes his mouth. You know when I disappeared for a few days, Dad? I was kidnapped, along with a few others. We were taken to some weird as fuck ritual place here in London, and we were killed in some weird fucking ritual. We woke up, and now we're vampires. And yeah, it's weird, but I'd like to remind you, giant hole in reality floating above the Pacific Ocean. Weird is relative these days. The people responsible for what happened to us are treating us like rats in a laboratory experiment, rats in a maze, and
He holds a hand up.
Pardon?
He holds a hand up to tell you to stop.
Mm.
It's not like even that high. It's an
Yeah.
instant like. It's a position of authority he's used to, of putting his son in his place. I'm done. Tell me what you need, but after this, I never want to see you again. In fact, if I'm honest, this isn't some silly, childish prank, or if I was you, he kind of just leaves it hanging there, just the implication starts speaking for itself. You can feel how much he kind of despises you in this moment. Like, you're telling him that not only is his wife hurt because of you, according to like his assumptions, but his son is dead. Like, if he hadn't already been so emotionally damaged, like,
Yeah.
You're probably familiar with enough. He is practically crying on the inside. Just
Yeah. I need you to shut the generator down because we need to get people out of this hospital. Because one of their games is about to begin. And we need people taken to safety.
Right. I assume you can get me to it.
I know someone who can.
And I would like to point out that I'm a mechanic and not an electrician. So
it just needs to not work. And not be obvious. Also, Dad. I know you're angry. And I know you're spoiling for a fight. Don't go looking for one. The people that did this to us, if I started dropping names, you would you would think I was making it up. Please don't go looking for a fight. What happened to Mum? Yeah, that was partly on me. But the difference between me and you now is I have the power to at least do something about it. And I will. I can promise you that, one way or another, I will. But you, Dad, you're still alive. You still have everything to lose. Don't look for this fight. Just break the generator, go to wherever they've taken Mum, and stay the fuck out of sight. And then he walks out of the room. And he texts Veronica and says that he agreed to help.
Veronica walks in and basically just looks at Elliot's dad, at James's dad, and goes, "Yeah, this situation's pretty fucked." And she basically beckons him to follow.
Yeah, he does. He doesn't say anything. This is a man very used to communicating in like grunts, and somehow succeeding.
Yeah, yeah, that's why I gave the speech about not going for a fight, because he strikes me as somebody that has probably been in a lot of fights.
Yeah, I mean, probably.
And Veronica is taking the route that takes them past the least amount of cameras, because she knows there are at least a couple in this hospital.
Yeah, so I mean, it's very easy to avoid them. They're mostly around the reception area, for like the E&E department, and ICU and controlled substances areas. That it's very easy to sort of avoid them.
Yeah, and around children's walls, but you wouldn't be going there anyway, so.
Mm.
Yeah, so she opens up the basement and points out the generators and goes, "How long do you think it'll take you?"
He looks at. I want to make a roll for him.
Is this something Veronica could assist?
Do you have craft?
Yes, I do actually.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, I'll add a dice. Not terrible. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think you can do it. Do you need it off, or you know?
We need it so that for tonight this hospital will be empty.
Sure. Give me 10 minutes.
Okay. And Veronica will basically be hanging around the entrance to the basement to make sure that nobody finds out what they're doing.
Sure. Everyone, give me a wits awareness check, please.
Knowing that we were going to get the dad involved, could I also crafted him a anti-spirit bullshit? Just in case.
Sure.
What would the roll for that be?
I will ask for a roll if he gets attacked.
You said wits awareness?
Yes. For this.
I guess it would help if I actually logged into the game. My bad. Give me a moment.
My dice are awful. This is gonna be fun.
4.
It's fine. My dice were terrible last night. Honestly, the worst I ever rolled. Like, I got 2 successes on 9 dice. Like, it was bad.
Lol.
That
I
was the
got
best
1
rolled.
success in 5 in 8 dice. It's about as bad as 2 in 9.
I got 1 success, which is pretty standard for me, given that I'm rolling 2 dice.
Oh, same. I'm rolling 3. I'm 1 better than you.
Oh, lol.
I'm actually good at wits awareness. I just roll trash.
So it's about James's dad, George, is most of the way through starting the generator. The way he's described it, like it's going offline. But if anyone tries to restart it, he is essentially like fixing it so as it will overboard and like short circuit and it'll need to like replace the part. So It should stay
So it'll-
down. But
So it'll look like mechanical failure instead of sabotage.
yeah. So you just get 5 successes, which is very, very good. So, yeah. As he's finishing up, you all feel the hair on the back of your arms and stuff like freeze. Like there's a moment of a predator is in your vicinity. It's like a deep unease that comes over you. You can see that even like George is stopped in his place for a moment before like shudders and like goes back to work. For Zach at 4 successes. It's a bit weirder for you. Like it's almost as if you feel where this thing is, like the emanation, the source, and it is, probably on the top floor of the hospital, starting in, well, the cancer ward. And it's spreading out like a sickness descending over the hospital.
I would I assume we've got contact. We can contact each other like with phones and whatnot. So I'll let everyone know.
Mhm.
The game's begun.
Yeah, James will poke his head into the generator room. Just say to Veronica and Dad, "Shit's starting. You need to get out. If you're done, Dad, you need to get the fuck out now."
Yeah, he doesn't even like look at you. He finishes like what he was doing.
Veronica just points to the far wall and says, "Emergency exits that way."
Stack not just Elliot says, "You're with me," and Stack
Elliot
is going to
nods.
take Elliot to head towards the council ward to try and scout it out a bit. Try to get official
Okay.
on what we're dealing with. Because we've had
Question. Do you take the elevator or do you take the stairs?
the elevator wouldn't be working right now, so the stairs.
That's true. I just wanted that scene where you were like pressing the button, but whatever.
I was going to say, please don't take the elevator. That's the worst idea.
Sadly,
I
in
mean,
real life,
honestly, Elliot could probably take the elevator.
but they shut
climbing
down.
up.
The elevator shaft.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
in real life, I probably would have walked into the elevator not realizing it, but I'm playing
Oh,
the smart
same.
character.
See, I mean that's why I suggested it. Like I know you will. So
At the risk of
Yeah.
sounding slightly
If you
annoying, I
hadn't-
just-
Honestly, if you hadn't said anything, I probably would have said Sack goes for the elevator. But when you asked, I then thought about it.
at the risk of
Hmm.
sounding slightly annoying, I just want to remind Shadows that he does in fact have feral weapons available to him.
Yeah,
I
but
know.
we've not seen anything yet, so
The little bottle is basically on his hand, and his hand is he's walking with his hand very close to his mouth. It looks
So, yeah, we
awkward,
head
but it
towards-
works.
we head towards the cancer ward.
mhm. Okay.
Again, the goal is to just get a quick. It's a quick scout mission. Get and see if we notice anything off, and then get out.
yeah. Make a dex stealth check for me.
I wish I actually had stealth. How much XP do we have?
I can't remember. That is up to you to track.
Should be a total of 25. I don't know how much you've used.
I've used total 10.
No,
Okay.
you went up to Blood Sorcery 2 and you've learned a ritual.
Okay, so how much is that?
That would have been. I think Ward is that first level ritual or second level? Ritual?
Second level.
So it's 16 in total you've spent, so you have 9
Okay.
left.
How much would it be to get could I get stealth stuff in stealth?
Let me have a look. I normally wouldn't allow this, but
I mean,
yeah.
it's 3 times the new level.
Yeah.
So with
It's
9, you
mean
could
to make
get
someone
2.
with dyscalculia do that, so
No, I'm saying you could get 2 levels with 9 XP.
yeah, okay.
If
Yeah.
you're at 0.
Yeah,
I'm
so
at
Zach
0.
doesn't have any, so yeah, you could spend all your XP to get 2 dots, or you could spend
Thank you.
1 XP. Right, okay. Yeah. So you've spent all 25.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think this is worth it.
Yes.
I have the
probably.
dex to just go on my dex.
Just brute force it, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I have stealth. I just 1 dot.
Mm. Okay, 4 successes. Yeah. You make your way up. There's no real activity on this floor. Outside of like the occasional patient check-in. This kind of ward is generally quite quiet because the treatment's very passive, right? You get like you go to another place and you take some active therapy like chemo, and then you go back to bed. So unless something goes very wrong, it's rare that you see many nurses like milling around up here.
Mm.
The ward is quiet. Outside of 2 of the rooms, you see the patient alarm has gone off. Some people have called for help, but there's no noise. And as you're watching carefully, you see Mark, the priest, emerge from one of the rooms. He still looks human. His face is set in determination. And he lets out a low whistle. And 2 patients, and you can tell that they're patients, they're wearing the gowns and things, come out from the different rooms and sort of look to him. Their faces are starting to shift. It's a little sort of like, in Buffy when the vamps do their face.
Yeah.
It's a little like that. But their fingers are extended into claws. Yeah.
When we saw him, can Elliot have taken the thing and then ran? Like, I'm gonna take down this motherfucker?
Sure. Let me finish describing this and then, yeah. Yeah, these 2 people are a bit warped, it seems, by whatever effect they're under. It doesn't look like they are particularly like conscious. Like someone knows home, kind of thing. And yeah. They begin to sort of like move forward to follow wherever Mark is leading them, wherever the stray is leading them. And yeah, so you're going to run and attack the stray. Is
Oh
that your
yeah, no.
plan?
The moment we saw him, Elliot took the thing. Like the moment he stepped out, so we could see him, Elliot downed the potion
Mm,
and broke out in a run. Like he's going to tackle this guy.
And
So
I'll be
how do your natural weapons manifest?
We'll see when we get there.
And I will be reporting this to the others. Pretty much just like Elliot's engaged target, and the target has friends.
Okay. So I mean, we don't do initiative in the system, but you can declare your actions, and we'll go from there. So,
My action is
Zach,
tackle.
yeah, Zach, are you moving to help at all? Like, do you have a gun? Do you
I do have a
attack in your
gun.
own way?
I do have a gun on me as well as a silver dagger,
Mm-hmm.
but I have no real skill in any of these things. So my actions are report what's going on to my friends and stay hidden.
Okay, that is fine. That's incredibly passive. You can do that. Totally okay.
It's passive, but it makes sense because I am not a fighter. I am the white mage.
White mages are badass. Anyway, Elliot, yeah, you run in. There's a significant enough difference in the corridor, like that. Well, in the distance that you have to travel, that you're not getting like a surprise attack here.
I mean, yeah, I figured.
But yeah, yeah, the stray sees you and lets out another like low. Actually, it's probably inaudible to like humans. Like it's just makes that sort of like whistle shape with his mouth, and one of these mutated people rushes forward to intercept you. You can make your roll, but this person is using the defend action basically.
Oh no, my goal is basically to dodge the guy and keep going towards the stray.
Right. You know, give me a strength roll. Or no, dex roll at -1.
We get an extra die from rousing, right?
Yes, you do.
That is not a crit. So I need it to be 1. Because I can re-roll some dice there.
Save
No,
your
I don't think you need
crucifixion
to
for
do
later.
1. So I mean, you do manage to like do that quick sort of boxer dash. It's like watching like a Street Fighter move in real life. As you dip under this person and with a bit of like a look of surprise, you do attack the stray. But yeah, this priest's arm like comes up and blocks most of the hit. You can see like there's still like you're wearing the silver knuckles, I presume.
It's on half superficial because as he goes for the punch, what you see is his hand is actually open and his nails have become these like wolf claws. Fitting. And he like stabs them.
Yeah. He looks fairly nonchalant at that. Mr. Elliot, glad you could join us.
How about we just do this the quick way, you and me? Drop the pets.
You You know what? Sure, I'll play. Go fetch. And the others rush past. And he is going to attack you back.
Okay.
Yeah, he is going to do his best to hurt you. How is Elliot doing this? Are you actively dodging, or are you like?
Oh, I
trying to
think
keep
this is just
measure?
contested attacks.
Okay.
Let's go.
Then you can roll your brawl like normally.
Is it wrong in my mind? I'm just messing this off like a goddamn WWE match.
Let's get ready to rumble.
No, because this is exactly what it is.
And we have Elliot in the red corner coming in at 300 and 280 pounds.
Okay, there we go. 5.
Yeah, 1 second. So I'm not using the werewolf stats exactly, but this tree isn't a slouch either, so.
Yeah.
Wait. 4, 6, 8 successes. Yeah. So they beat you by 3.
Okay.
You can tell that there's some element of holding back. Like they are not hitting you with claws. But there's a tension in the skin where you can feel that there's a suppressed element to them. And where they hit you and the skin breaks on their own fists, you can see like dark patches of like hair and fur like that have grown under it. It's very like werewolf in London. This person is struggling not to burst out of their own vessel. You can see sort of like under the fingerless gloves that they're wearing.
Is that too
He's just
superficial?
going to, yes, it would be.
Okay.
And he's just going to casually like backhand you away.
He'll go again. I think I'm rousing twice. One for
Before we get to
healing,
that.
one for
Before we get to that,
thing.
the stray dogs are going to rush past and begin to head down the stairs. Zach, you would have seen them coming, so I'm going to give you the opportunity to leave or move out of the way, or you can fight them. It's up to you.
I would hide and pretty much, since I've already informed Veronica and who's the scout whose name I forget, James, that the strays are on their way, I would just hide.
Okay.
Do you at least tell us where you just saw them?
Again, as I've said, I've been keeping you up to date this entire time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, James would be changing his route then.
Dex,
Whenever he gets an update.
Well, first tell me where you're hiding.
Just in
my
one of the
understanding
rooms
was that you were in the stairwell. You have time to like dash past. There's like an active combat happening.
Yeah,
the strays are still like watching the pack leader. So
yeah, I would dash and try and get into a room which I know is not occupied.
okay. Sure. Yeah. Give me a dex stealth then.
Rousing the blood.
I'll give you a +1 for the room that you're choosing. But yeah. Okay, you do get hungrier. 4 successes. Yeah.
Willpowering this just for safety. Fishing for a crit, mostly.
Okay.
the crit fishing has gone really bad for me.
Yep.
And you.
I mean, it's still 6 successes. It's not terrible. It's very good, actually. Yeah, you're able to slip by as they are sort of pushing
Experience
past
well
Elliot.
spent.
And yeah, you watch as these two figures, they move like sort of like runner sort of zombie things. Like they the sort of impact they're putting on their feet and things is sort of close to a shamble. Like they're not used to this body that they're in. Like something is it's like a janky sort of marionette, but moving very quickly. And they move downstairs. But yes,
Sadly, I'm assuming this hospital's vents aren't die-hard size.
no.
I cannot die-hard this shit.
There's an elevator. Come out to the coast, have a few laughs. But yeah. Elliot, back to you.
Oh, feral weapons have a +2 on damage, by the way.
Yep, fair. I'm aware of that.
Okay. So first rouse to heal. So I heal 1 superficial. Second rouse
Okay.
to enhance my next roll.
Wow, wasting those 2 10s.
I know it sucks, but yeah, that's not worth to
7?
fish for a crit on.
Yeah, me struggling to fish around there. Mr. on the other hand, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 until did get a crit, but you still overwhelm them. So you do actually like return a scoring blow. The he's still wearing like the black tunic that he'd been wearing previously. The dog collar conspicuously absent. Yeah, you tear through. Again, he's mostly like walking with one arm. Like this spirit seems to be a fairly competent fighter. But you're able to break through that guard and like your claws like score a mark over the front of it. He snarls kind of despite himself. You know what? I think I'm going to enjoy this despite myself. And this turn, he is going to shift. You watch as his skin pulls away in like rough, like stretches and breaks and tears. As his face elongates, it looks brutally painful. You can hear the bones snapping and crunching, and see like new teeth forming, pushing out like these old human like molars and things. And you are face to face with a very large werewolf. It stands like 3 feet taller than it did before, and just by its very nature, this is a very intense thing. Can you make me a I need to double check the rule on this, but I believe it is a what's resolve, or no, composure resolve.
So willpower roll without the willpower. Got it.
Yeah.
Three.
Cool. Yeah, you take no willpower damage, and you are able to stand your ground. as the embodiment of one of the things that has contributed to humanity's pants-shitting terror throughout this millennia is in front of you, and its presence is overwhelming in a way that if you weren't a supernatural creature yourself, you would have fled already. You see the marks across its stomach from where your claws hit. They're gone.
Okay, time to switch to Silver. He's gonna close his hands around the silver knuckle dusters.
Mm-hmm. So, at that point, we're gonna jump downstairs and see what everyone else is doing. So, James and Veronica. You've been
I imagine they both been. Sorry.
You've been getting, you've been getting some updates from Zach.
Mm.
I think the last thing you heard was that these mutated people were coming downstairs.
Taco just said zombies.
Yeah, in that case, James is he's just like I think he reads the text, does a little double take, and he's like, for fuck's sake, and just like reading the word zombies, like, of course, fucking zombies, and just looks at Veronica. We gotta go, and he will start running full pelt in the direction of the zombies.
Veronica just mutters, "They better not be dead. Please,
They better not what,
zombies.
So
I didn't hear you. You're too quiet.
They better not be dead."
Hmm.
You're in the basement level. It will take you some time to get like up the stairs and moving. I'm assuming you were already kind of moving.
I mean, he would have been moving the moment the weird feeling started. Like as soon as his dad was gone, he would have started moving.
Yeah.
So he would very much have already been moving.
Yeah, your dad isn't like sticking around. Like he has written you off as a lost cause. His wife is safe. He's done his best as far as he's concerned. He will warn his son later.
And at some point, he's going to realize that James was talking about getting everyone out of the hospital, and then realize that his wife was abruptly transferred, and that his son probably did that. Like at some point, he'll realize that. Not tonight.
I don't know. In my dream, stats are very quick on the uptake.
Yeah. I was gonna say, or he'll tell his wife everything, and she'll be the one to realize that. It's like, look, you dumbass.
But yeah. So the two of you are making your way upstairs, I assume.
Yep.
Is there anything you're doing on the way? You have probably a few rounds before things are going to get real.
Yeah, so I sent you a message. What weapons would we have got from Billy?
So I believe when you were talking with Billy, it has been a couple of weeks out of the game. He said he would do his best. I think at this point, his best has been getting a few like silver knives.
Or then he
it's nothing like very impressive, to be honest.
Yeah, well, zombies aren't known to give a shit about silver, so he is. Can I have also got silver knuckle dusters though? James isn't a fighter like Elliot is, but I feel like he would still go for.
You know what? Just give me a luck roll, like 1d10. Just a rare check will do fine. We'll sort of see.
Yeah.
Veronica would be fine with a knife.
Nope.
No knuckle dusters. Sorry.
God damn it! Thanks, Dice. Appreciate it.
Yeah, the dice are really mean to players like
Yeah,
today,
I know.
so
Like today is not going to go well, is it? Oh well. Yeah, so he's just gonna run, and as soon as he sees the obvious zombies, he's just gonna attack.
Uh, James takes one, Veronica takes the other.
Mm.
Yeah. Both of you make me a wits awareness check, please.
We've already established I suck at this. Why do you keep making me suffer like this?
Because I am not your friend, I am your storyteller.
I got nothing.
I got 3 successes. That's literally
Well,
the best I could do without a crit.
Veronica, what do your nursey eyes see?
Lab tech.
What do your lab tech eyes see?
Veronica, you hear shouts and some screams from the floor above. It's like they're on like the 3rd floor, you're on the 1st. You can hear screams from like the 2nd floor.
If Veronica heard that about a week ago in game time, she probably would have done something about that, but considering where her humanity's at, she's going, that's a problem for future me.
Yep.
In future, you will be encountering this problem in 10
T-Buddies
seconds as you're running up the
return.
stairs.
Oh, that's what you're talking about. Okay.
Well, no. To be clear, Elliot and Stray are fighting on 3rd floor. The minions have just moved down to the 2nd floor. You're on the 1st floor. The noise is coming from the 2nd floor.
Okay. Veronica is going to wait by the bottom of the stairs and try to clothesline one of the minions.
Okay, because you got I'm going to tell you, it doesn't sound like they're moving down yet. It sounds like they are doing something on that floor.
They're making more minions.
Yes, they are making more minions. You read zombies. Your character has seen a zombie movie in her lifetime, I assume.
Fine, she runs up the stairs.
Werewolf fever is infectious.
Zombies.
But yeah, so you guys are making your way up the stairs. When you emerge onto the 2nd floor, it does begin to look like a scene from like a horror movie. Like 2 of the rooms have clear blood splatters, like horror movie style, on like the windows and things, coming out into the hall. And you do see those same 2 zombie things that we've seen before, sort of jankily move their way out. It's kind of stop motiony, but it's getting a bit more fluid as they adjust. And they look around. They are definitely looking for things to eat. Like you can see raw meat and gristle hanging from their jaws. In a way that we haven't seen as people since Elliot and his sister had that lovely dinner together.
It was a home cooked. It was a home cooked meal. It was a family dinner.
Okay, we get it. What ability is it to throw a knife?
We're gonna cut away just now, because like your turn is basically getting into this moment.
Yeah.
From
when we get there, can James just say, "Hey, come fight"? Hey, come get something that can fight back.
But we'll cut away there. As they turn and like look and yeah, they snarl. Their eyes have gone that wolfish gold, which I personally find very cool. But yeah, let's cut upstairs.
So upstairs, quick question. Can I change the order and rouse to heal after I've attacked?
Sure. Why?
So that if I fail the rouse to heal, I don't get hungry on the check. I get hungry after the check. So
yeah, that's a typical rule. Like, for rousing the blood, I don't need to know.
Not about rousing the blood to increase the dice pool. Rousing to heal.
No, I know. Yeah, I know. But as a general rule, like I would apply the same courtesy. Like it doesn't apply until the end of the turn. You know.
Okay. Cool.
It's like you expend the blood, and then you're like your body's like catching up with you and being like, "Motherfucker, slow down! I'm really, really hungry." So.
Yep, that's fair. Okay. In which case, I'll do the rouse to heal. I'm back to full health. All his damage is now gone. Now I get hungry.
Werewolf are in the same position.
Jesus, pray for me.
You're the one going toe to toe with a werewolf. There is no goddamn.
I need RNG on my side, guys. Plus,
if Dog Soldiers taught me anything, your best hope here is that like I don't know. There's a fantastic scene where like this guy like boxes with a werewolf, basically lands a couple of lucky hits and then gets pinned to a wall. And he spits out his last words like, "I hope I give you the shits."
See, I wish I had fangs, because then I could just try to grapple an aggravated damage bite.
Sure.
That would have been great.
That would have been great.
But Elliot is timeless.
I forgot we could do that.
Snack could try to sneak around and do that.
Yeah.
I would like to point out above game. That's not a bad tactic, because not only do you ag, but you'll be consuming some blood.
And werewolf blood is
have
twice.
Choleric and they have choleric and something else. It's basically celerity potence
animal. They have animal thing.
Animal, yeah.
Yep.
I just want to point out.
Very good.
I just want to say we can all guess for a fact that Zach's boyfriend calls him Snack as a nickname.
Also, I just want to say, you can do the bite. You just have to actually latch onto them. So you have to grapple them first. So if you're bad at grapples, this is gonna go badly.
Which I am.
Humans fights all the time.
Hey,
some of us do.
What we need you to do is you have to use up his dodge action so I can grapple him.
You can dodge multiple times in a round. It just takes a minus.
So you have to make it. You have to get his minus really low.
I can't. What I could grapple him, maybe, and then you could bite. He would be grappled.
Hey, you want to know what Veronica's really good at?
Grapple.
Yep.
Good.
But you're not here. You're dealing with the zombies.
So get the zombies and then come up here. Okay.
If he did pin down the werewolf, could I buy it?
Yeah.
We have a plan.
I mean, Elliot's not gonna think of it, so please. Please come up with it. In the meantime, chat, have you prayed for my die roll yet? Please, chat, please pray for my die roll. I need this to go well.
I won't help here. No God hears me. So, Rory, you're not helping.
Obviously, it makes
Like-
sense. Sack comes up with that, since Sack is the only one who knows how deadly things are.
Mhm. So it is the start of a new round. The the stray mark is towering over you and is definitely going to try and rip your guts out.
And I'm definitely going to
there
punch him
is
with
so
silver.
much predator tuned in.
You hit, and you would hear in your ear, try and pin him.
Okay, cool. That is what I was after. Zach, what are you doing?
I'm telling away for the
Beyond
phone.
telling them that, are you preparing to jump and try and go for the bite?
Yes. Yeah, I'm preparing to go for the bite if Elliot can get him down.
Okay.
I'll just jump out this hidey hole and go, yeah.
Elliot, knowing this, are you going to try and pin, or are you just going for damage? It's
Pin.
trying to pin, you won't deal any damage.
Yeah, pin.
Okay, please make me strength athletics.
That is a worse roll.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you're trying to pin.
I know.
Werewolf. You're lucky I'm not giving you minuses.
I know.
We get it. You are
for disemboweling.
you are a gracious
Where's the
god,
marshal?
and you are a gracious god, and we will give a gracious god, and we will give you tribute. Goth god.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I actually like Gracious Goth better.
You would. Okay.
I would go crit fishing.
That's the best I can do.
Okay, Elliot. Devil's bargain time.
Take it.
Listen to me first. You, in all your fighting instincts, you can tell that this thing is better than you. Like, you've exchanged blows with it enough. You are going to have to sacrifice something to win, yeah? To put in a position where you can beat it. Like, it's not uncommon in boxing to take a hit tactically, in hopes of landing another a class jaw, basically. So I'm going to give you the chance to knock it off its feet, but it will cost you your arm.
Done.
It'll grow back.
Yeah, you'll be at -2 until it grows back.
It's fine. Better.
I'm sorry, his whole ass arm?
Yeah.
And the thing is, none of us know that it'll grow back. That's the best
Yep.
bit.
Sack's probably read somewhere in the Chantry at this point like it would.
I mean,
So,
Might not grow back for Sack,
it-
though.
It lunges forward, and the best you can do is put your arm in its mouth. It's going to bite something, and it hurts. It is unimaginable pain. You haven't felt this kind of pain since you became a kindred. Even jumping off the roof, that was kind of bad. It kind of nipped, but this is the worst dog bite ever.
What is the associated damage with this?
2-ag.
Okay.
Yeah, you are definitely screaming in pain. There's no way to shortchange this, really. I'll say it's from just below the elbow. You have enough of a stump to be concerning, but yeah. It's horrific as it lunges forward, sinks its teeth in, and almost in a crocodile fashion, it rips its head to the side, and we hear the tearing skin this time not associated with a werewolf, like shape-shifting. And as it pulls its head away, your arm is no longer part of you.
I would just like to point out
drops
that
of BT coming down.
Sorry, I would just like to point out that there is a hunk of silver now in this werewolf skeleton.
No, he bit
It doesn't
here.
eat the arm out. Yeah, it bit across and ripped it out.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like pulling apart chicken wing.
Yeah, there's a bit of silver in the floor.
So yeah.
Is he pen
Wait.
though?
Yeah, you are able to, in that moment, because it was a conscious choice on your part, to take advantage of that momentum as it launched forward. And you let go of the arm. In a way that you can grab it by the scruff behind its neck and throw it to the floor. So it falls down and is in a more vulnerable position.
Can I be holding it by the scruff on the floor?
Yeah.
Okay.
I will like that as far as the devil's bargain.
And then just this small little man jumps out of the room going, yeah, and bites.
Yeah. Zach, give me strength athletics.
Blah, blah, blah.
I don't think any of you have ever seen the movie I'm thinking of, but it's hilarious.
Luckily,
What's it
luckily,
called?
I do have a 1 dot in this. Is there anything I can do to get more dice pool?
You can rouse.
Rouse the blood for one.
Outside of rousing.
I mean, you're about to get blood. 2 blood points on the bite.
No, I've only given like a devil's bargain this turn, so
Damn it.
I'm gonna save my next one for later. The devil's bargain will return, but not now as a recharge.
2.
I mean, it is pinned, so yeah, that's fine. So here is what happens. Elliot, shadows.
Mm-hmm.
The residencies for werewolves are cleric and animal, yeah?
Yep.
Cool. I believe for a cleric it is potence and celerity.
Yes, that is correct. Animal blood is animalism and protein.
Yeah, and for it's okay for both of those. You can take 3 dots in either of those disciplines. So between potence and celerity, choose one to take at 3 dots. And between animalism and protein, choose one to take at 3 dots.
Can you type that for me? Sorry.
Sure.
I have to look at what they do.
Yeah. We're gonna jump over to the other 2 for a second.
I'm a punch.
Pick brutal kiss.
That's 1 dot too high.
Brutal feed is 3.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Which one's
at 4 for Gene?
Which one's brutal feed in?
That's like the one where how Gene was sucking like the dry like Capri Suns.
Which
Potence.
discipline it?
Potence. Potence 3 is brutal feed.
Yeah.
I recommend you take it.
Yeah, it's a really good idea, dude. Do it.
So I'm going to assume I want prowess. So I want prowess, brutal feed, and lethal body.
Will, type it to me in chat, and I'll So it's just so you know. But we're gonna cut over as Zach jumps in and bites into this rattlesnake, and we see her eyes, like his eyes, sorry, glow like this bright fucking red and gold, and this is like the eternal struggle of vampire versus werewolf, like right here. As you take power from the thing that you are trying to kill. Downstairs on the second floor, you see these two things, possessed humans, infected humans, eyes gold, face twisted into a snarling like maws, teeth extended in almost like a vampiric fashion, but more dog-like. Like their faces protrude a bit more, like every second it goes by, as if they're becoming more wolfish. James and Veronica.
So Veronica's charging it with the intent to grapple the Nom.
Okay.
Same, probably. I don't really know what else.
Okay, you're going very vampire. So,
hey, we're playing. Well, it's a horror movie. It's a horror movie monster fight. I mean,
yeah, it's very Alien versus Predator, but yeah. I tried the second one. I had to see. Anyway, all we're missing is some pregnant women. So the rules for biting people when they aren't pinned after a devil's bargain do require that it's -2 successes if you don't grapple them first. You can grapple them first and then bite them on a subsequent turn. For 2 ag if you have the teeth.
In that case, I'm just gonna try to do the normal attack as
don't punch a zombie.
By that I mean I'm going to attack with the bite, not grapple first.
I don't know. I've got 3 dots in brawl and 3 dots in strength, so I can hopefully just batter these zombies around.
So I'm rolling brawl.
Yeah, and they are also going to be attacking you as you run out.
Well then,
that is terrible luck. Diz, you want to also roll your dice?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to eat. I'm gonna bite. I'm gonna bite the zombie. I'm gonna rouse.
So with the -2, that is 0 successes.
So is it a strength brawl?
For biting, yes, it would be.
Okay, and I rouse, so I get an extra dice.
So for Veronica, they got 3 successes. For James, they got 4.
I'm gonna reroll. Wow, thanks, dice. I got 3 successes. The dice don't like us today, do they? I've got 7 dice on a brawl, on that roll, and I got 2 successes. The dice do not like us today.
Veronica in unhalf superficial, So I think it's just a margin of 1, or 2. So you take 3 damage.
3 damage.
3 superficial. Yeah. It is on half because they are kind of werewolf claws. And James, you got 3, so they only dealt 1, so 2 superficial, I think. These things, the body looks so much weaker than like the force that they're hitting you with. Like there is a level of animation to this that is like it's like they have been juiced up with life. They are, they are feral and almost like foaming at the mouth, like trying to eat you and murder you, kind of thing.
That's rude.
Yeah. So, actually, let's stick with you for a moment. While Lil finishes her choices.
I put them in Discord for you to see.
Okay, cool.
Now me and Shadow are just scheming in the background. So yeah, keep up with those two.
Cool. Yeah. Okay. So, next round. What are your intentions? They are going to continue to attack you. You can see, like coming out of the other rooms that they were just in, those horror movies, clatter zones. There are like other people coming through.
So, did you say I took damage?
Yes, 2.
Okay.
2 superficial.
Did I not bite them then?
No, they won the conflict.
Yeah, okay, then well, I tried.
They got 1 more success than you. So.
Well, I tried.
I'm still gonna try to bite.
Okay. They don't have a huge amount of dice. Like they are still working with like
that's 5 successes.
Physically weakened forms.
So
yeah,
that's
nice.
a bestial crit, and you know what? I'm gonna willpower some more. Not the. I'm gonna keep the 10s though.
Yeah, obviously. Nice. Okay.
I just
that
double
is
crit.
A double crit.
You just got a super crit, bitch.
That's very good because I rolled for 6 successes with a crit of my own.
Okay,
so you just overcome that.
Wait. What's the math with that?
So you got 6 successes plus 4. So you're at 10. -2, you're still at 8 because you're going for a bite attack without grappling first.
Wait, hold on. 3 plus 2 is 5, and 3 plus 2 is 5. That's 10.
That's
10.
Okay.
Oh.
Sorry.
But -2 because like she went for a bite without grappling first.
Right. Ah, right. Okay, there we go. Sorry.
Yeah. Fucking questioning my math. I've had forward sleep. I am plenty sane.
So basically what she does is she leaps and basically grabs onto the torso, like, you know, like basically full bear hugs the torso because she's tiny and she can do that, and bites at the right here.
So you do this. You do this person 2 act, and you can take 1 dot in the resonances. Actually, you don't get that power, do you? Because of your watery veins. So you just do them 2 act.
So we made a custom thin blood flaw for my character called Watery Veins, which the exact wording is this thin blood cannot use traditional powers of vampires.
Meaning if you ever Diablo-ized and became a full-fledged vampire, you would be fucked.
Well, I imagine the floor would go.
Full-fledged vampire, you lose your thin blood stuff.
Yeah, you would lose the
That's why you
floor.
don't have any like thin bloods, like turned full kindred running around in daylight. I think there's a new cater for that. But anyway, it's very played. So that's two ag from Veronica to this one. Yeah, it doesn't look particularly sturdy. Like as you tear through it, you think that one more of that, or even like a decent like blow would knock it down. James, did we get a roll from you? I think we did. Yeah, that one above is 3 successes. Yeah.
At 7 humanity, James would be more concerned with going for non-lethal attacks because he doesn't know if they're truly dead or not. But at 6 humanity, he's a lot more calculating. He knows that if he fucks up, if he fails, not only does he die, but anybody in their way dies too. So he is going to use his knife, and he is going to. What is my melee? That's thought.
That is melee.
Yeah, what is my melee? Never mind. I have nothing in melee. I'm not going to use a knife. He's just going to punch then. In that case,
if you're gonna punch, you might have more luck just holding them down and biting.
Yeah. So okay, then I guess I could try to pin. Yeah.
You won't
Pin
do
and
damage on
bite.
the brawl, but you could,
Yeah.
do damage by bite later. So
Roll. Strength. Gonna arouse. Oh well, I get hungrier. Get an extra dice.
by the way, Jen, there's a rules question in the Discord.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Crit.
What's that one?
That's a crit.
It was already a crit, dude.
Oh, okay. Well, I got an extra success. So
Right, yes, I have so many things to look at.
that's 6 successes.
6 successes, nice. Okay, they only got 3, so that is a margin of 3 that you're doing. And you're using the silver knife.
He's pinning.
No, I wasn't using this. I wasn't using the knife because I've got nothing in melee.
Okay. In which case you are doing superficial.
I was gonna brawl and bite, so I'm gonna grapple and bite.
Yeah, he's
Oh, you're
grappling.
doing the bite? Okay.
Yeah.
So you're going for the grapple? Okay, cool. You have grappled this person. And you're very much in control. This person was very clearly wasting away for a decent amount of time. There's not a lot of like musculature to them.
Yeah.
As you sort of like grapple with them, you feel their skin is like burning hot. Not enough to like damage you or anything, but like they are.
Yeah.
They're burning up in a bad way.
Yeah.
As the thing forces them beyond their limits. But yeah, I just quickly read the private chat to see like what the hell's happening. Blah, blah, blah. No, you can only reverse our discipline like once per turn. So I think that the Savage Case can apply regardless. Or Brittle Feet, however.
Cool. Just checking if it was a more generic 1 power a turn limit.
Yeah, I mean Jean got away with it, so yeah. Zach can too.
Yay.
I've gone up a hunger, but because I'm biting, do I just go back down a hunger?
You haven't bit yet.
You haven't bit yet, as far as I'm aware, like going for the grapple.
Yeah. True.
Yeah. Like
Mhm.
you won't take a -2 successes on your actual bite.
Okay then.
Yeah. So
So yeah, I imagine he just like rushes into the room, grabs the person, just slams them into the wall, and just prepares to bite.
yeah. Yeah, it is kind of horrific. Like they are snarling and snapping their jaws at you, like the best
Yeah.
zombie movie. Like they are trying to latch on to whatever they can get into their mouth.
Yeah.
And it's
That's what she
gross.
said.
Like they are. God damn it. Not the time, Lil. Their like their skin is gone like hot but waxy. Like all they are just burning up from the inside. It's kind of gross to be touching them. But anyway.
Cut into upstairs.
Yeah, upstairs.
My
So,
goal is to keep straight down.
mhm.
Whatever I need to
Okay.
keep straight down, I will keep straight down.
Okay.
And depending on whether he maintains his grip or not, we'll decide what I do.
No, you have to declare first.
Yeah, you have to
Fine.
do the shape change.
Fine.
It'll be the best.
Yeah. Then, while he's trying to keep Stray down, on the back of Stray, we just see Sack's hands morph into claws digging into the back of this werewolf. And then as we pull, we just see a beautiful white furred werewolf with some light green streaks in their hair, in the main hair part of the wolf.
Wolf,
that
not
sounds
werewolf.
like using a discipline. So
Yes.
you're activating a discipline then.
I am activating my newly acquired shapeshift, yes.
Cool.
So, rousing.
Make me a rouse check, please. You do get hungrier.
Okay, I'm at 2 hunger now.
Yeah. So this big fucking wolf has taken the place of where you were. There's similar bone crunching horror, but you're a vampire. You don't particularly care.
Although,
It
actually,
doesn't feel as painful as it did for the werewolf.
Well, given my more humanoid nature than most kindred, I probably do feel it more than most.
Mm. It's uncomfortable. It's like when you hear the term nerf flossing for the first time, and you're like, I don't like this. But it's not as terrible as it could be. Shadows.
Was that when you hear the term what?
Nerve flossing. It's what happens when you stretch. As the nerve shifts inside the myelin sheath, because nerves are protected by like a small layer of fat and like other materials. So like it's moving inside whenever you like stretch your leg or something.
Yeah.
I have to know this stuff, so you have to know it too.
Yeah, I have so many regrets in my life, but one of them is asking what she said.
That honestly, that completely does not faze me whatsoever.
No me and despair. So anyway,
So
it's
while
like
Sack
they do say misery loves company, so come on in.
So while Sack is busy turning into a wolf, what do I roll to keep this wolf down?
It's hard to put a good dog down, especially when you only have one arm. So it will be strength raw or strength athletics, your choice.
They're the same, it doesn't matter.
-2, so
Okay.
because you only have one arm.
I'm guessing sporting combat would not apply to this brawl, so
No, none of this is sporting. Like
this is strength. I'm gonna rouse. Haha, I'll get hungrier.
I mean, it's technically a blood sport. Does that make it count?
That's a crit. That's a bestial crit. Should I do a fish for extra crits?
Do it. Do it.
I think I need to.
Generally. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay.
I got 8.
You got 8. They got 8. So things stay the same.
That was the goal. That was the
Yes.
goal.
I would like to point out you have a -2. Did you
Shit.
factor that
Yes.
in?
Let me double check. 6. I did
Okay,
not.
but why would you betray us like that?
Let me do that
Because
again.
Gerbil, love you for it. 5 XP.
Gerbil.
-1. There we go.
Continue to betray your friends.
Look, I would have pointed it out
Okay.
no matter who.
In which
Hey,
case,
betrayal should always be rewarded. So
Yeah, I betrayed Elio by shooting his sister.
Okay.
What do I get?
there we go.
you
We
get
did.
nothing. You get an antagonist. I've turned over a new leaf.
I paid someone to betray another player in a game once. It was fun.
Ellie, you didn't need to re-roll the entire roll. You just needed to -2 from the result.
No, you.
Yeah,
No,
it's like -2 successes, right? So
no, because it's 2 less die. So the die could have been successes.
No. It's not minus dice. It's minus successes.
No, it's minus dice, wasn't it?
The Jen said it was.
I was taking it as minus successes. That's the
Oh,
general way
okay.
that
I thought it was
works.
minus dice. Sorry.
Honestly, it's a bit up in the air in the rules, but anyway.
I say we go with the ruling that helps us the most, given we're fighting a werewolf.
I mean, -2 successes would still be -2
It's a
success.
failure either way.
Yeah, it fails either way.
Yeah.
It just by how much it fails.
So the stray is going to stand up. Just with effort and horrifically just grotesque musculature. It pulls itself up. You feel the strain and creak on its bones under you as you put all the force of an undead body mechanically on it. But it doesn't care. You feel probably ribs bruising and cracking underneath you. As it stands up, it turns and it will, it can't sucker punch you, but it's going for it. You can feel the level of hatred and intensity in it.
Elliot is matching
the
it.
wound around its neck still trickles with blood. It hasn't healed, but yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's aggravated.
Yeah, I'm saying it hasn't healed.
Okay. No, I mean, it's aggravated, so it won't heal until... Actually, I think they heal like humans, so yeah, it's not going to heal for a while.
Yeah, that's what Jen said. Jen said why it's not healing.
So if we're skipping back to the lower crew, Veronica would just yell at James. James, get to the 3rd floor. I'll deal with these bastards.
Oh fuck! James doesn't know. I'm the other wolf, and he thinks it's a pack leader.
How to use your phone when you have pause, but yeah. So.
Why is Zach sending me Why is Zach sending me furry pics? The fuck is this?
Okay, so Veronica says that. What are your actions for this turn?
Would I be able, how many rounds would it take to get up to the 3rd floor?
1.
So I would be up there and able to fight on the next turn.
Yes.
Okay then. Like in that case, he will very very violently shove the zombie in Veronica's direction. Like, I hope you got this, and he will go. Again, if he was 7 humanity, he would insist on staying, but he's not. So, sucks to be you.
I will give you the option of strength athletics or strength roll. To shove this thing in a way that it won't be able to attack you back.
Okay,
It'll still take a swipe at you.
Yeah.
I will give you a +1 as well because you're grappling it. And
Okay then.
you're
In that case,
one that's in control.
it's a strength roll because I only have 1 in athletics.
Mhm.
Right. Damn.
Nice. Okay.
Shit.
Um,
And just pick the zombie up and throw it across the room.
guys, my rolls have been so good. I got 5 successes on that. Like you needed the 6 to win. But yeah, it is so like animalistic and feral and like it is its temperature seems to be rising as this goes on. The snipes elongating. You can see like more of these things coming out of the rooms. Like there's at least 2 more that have emerged. And it is running. Well, you begin to run up the stairs, having like knocked this thing over.
That's a question I forgot to ask. What would I have learned from reading books about Charles Dickens? What would I have learned about Stray?
Charles Dickens.
Yeah, wasn't it Charles Dickens? Isn't that what Mary said to read?
No.
That's what Mary said.
Charles Dickens mentioned. The Charles Dickens mention was that you'll be visited by 3 ghosts. That's the implication there.
Oh, okay. Then never mind. Then
not that there is anything in particular.
Damn, and there I was hoping. That's why I had James reading. Damn.
Yeah, Mary, the Stray, and Jack. Yeah, sorry, I was being glib.
Damn it. Oh, well, James has learned some new stories. If he survives, he can tell the grandkids he'll never have.
Horrors, yeah. 3 ghosts. Horrors of the past being Jack. Horrors of your modern day being Mary. And the ghost of death being the fucking werewolf.
Yep. The horror of the future being the werewolf. Because the werewolf's gonna kill you. He's gonna kill you. So I'm just running upstairs now.
So Veronica.
Did I successfully throw the zombie, or did it hit me?
No, you successfully got away from it.
You just got a zombie flying at you now, Veronica.
I mean, I will offer that you're able to like throw it away from Veronica and towards the other like stray things.
Just go bowling.
That are coming out, so they'll be delayed a little bit.
I imagine as James goes down, he's like, "Suck it, Nico." And then, cousin, would you like to go bowling?
Veronica saw that.
On a quick note, because I think we kind of skipped over this. Zach does get a turn after shapeshifting.
All right.
Shapeshifting.
So I would like to sort of like.
I don't think it takes a turn. It takes a turn.
Does it? Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Cool. Yeah, I don't get to do it very often. So okay, fine. Gerald.
So Veronica saw what James did and went, all right, bet. And she is going to attempt to fling the stray thing that she's currently latched onto at the other stray things.
Okay. Again, I'll make you the same deal, like strength athletics, strength roll. Your choice. Yeah.
Actually, let's rouse the blood because I haven't done that at all.
I'll say I got 3 successes. So
What was that?
I got 3 successes for this one.
Okay.
Just set the difficulty.
Willpower reroll.
4. I mean, it just makes that. Yeah, you're able to knock it over and send it towards like the other one that's also lying on the ground. Neither went like very far from the original position, but you're gonna you can like back up. They are clearly like looking at you. Like you feel like next turn they're going to go for you.
Yeah, basically, she is going to lead them on a merry chase.
Yeah, I figured. So yeah, let's cut back upstairs. As we see these things like as these like stray dogs like all sort of like circle around like a pack. And like some of them are like half climbing the walls. Like these short claws digging in. And like we can see that moment of like fight or flight across Veronica's face, and that's where we jump up to the third floor, where James has just arrived.
I kind of like the idea that the camera follows James up the stairs and then races past him back to Elliot and Zach.
Do I notice James joining?
I don't know if you're looking behind you right now, given that
That's
there's
fair.
a fucking werewolf in front of you.
Do be like that.
Yeah. So he threw me off, so Elliot's gonna like stand up and go, "Get him, Zach!"
Then I will rouse to activate my prowess and try to bite him.
Okay. Make a verse check, please. And can I get
assist him?
Like actions from everyone?
Yeah, my intention is to
you'll be
help
giving
him.
A +1. You'll be giving a +1.
Okay, there we go.
Right then. And what's my new stats with this?
I put the thing in.
A wolf?
I put it in Discord.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So that fully replaces what I already have.
So your physical pool is 6, which means anything that isn't modified by the exceptional dice pools is 6, so long as it's a physical thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, neat.
So 6 plus 1 because I'm helping you.
Do I keep my skills?
No.
No.
It is like a full dice pool thing.
Does prowess give you?
That just adds
damage?
bonus. Yeah, it just gives extra damage.
Okay.
I believe it's like 2 damage at this level. Maybe
Can I rouse as a wolf?
Yeah.
Yeah. Technically, it adds their potence rating to feats of strength, and his goal is to pin.
Mm-hmm.
So would that be 3 successes?
Wait, is that your goal, Zach?
Yeah, I want to pin it so I can, bite into it next. Hopefully next turn.
I mean, if he can pin and bite in one turn, then that might be useful.
Yeah, I do want to say like your blood is fucking singing right now.
Yep.
Like you like you're an addict in life. This is the best speedball you've ever had. Like, you don't feel anything but a euphoric rush, and like everything is on fire inside you. Like it's just go 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 go. Like
for those of you unfamiliar, werewolf blood to a vampire is like super speed.
Back.
Damn it! I was hoping that we could.
Um,
Pretty close though. That's 9 successes.
Well-
That's pretty good.
Didn't ask for the roll yet, but we'll
Oh,
save
sorry.
that for now.
Sorry.
Elliot and James, what are your actions for this turn?
I'ma shoot is what I'ma do.
I mean, my
Okay.
action was to help Zach.
Assist, yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah. Cool.
Yeah, I'm going to go for a
so range
non.
attacks first.
Pardon?
Range attacks happen first, and then it's
Yeah.
like grapples.
Yeah, I'm aiming with the silver bullets, so I'm gonna shoot. Like, despite being a werewolf, Zach is still wearing his green suit, right?
Zach
I'm not
is
a
not a
werewolf.
werewolf.
No,
He's
it's
a
like in-
wolf.
He's a wolf.
Wolf.
It's like
I'm
a
on
white-
the floor and then tatters around him.
I'm a white wolf with some green
biped-
streaks.
The biped is the bad one.
Also, you did see
Yeah,
Elliot
I
help
was
the
gonna-
wolf.
I was going to ask, would I be able to deduce that the wolf is probably Zach?
Elliot did say, "Get him, Zach."
Yeah,
okay, then.
you heard that, so
Yeah, in that case, I'll shoot Stray.
stranger things have happened.
Stranger things have happened. See what I did there? I'm so witty.
-1 experience.
Wow.
No, it's fine. Yes,
Oh.
please shoot this werewolf, your best friend from childhood.
He's going for a non-lead. Look,
Look,
he
to be fair, he didn't-
knows-
He can't
didn't
not
see-
lethal shoot someone.
And to be fair, he doesn't know it's still Mark. He never saw it's in Mark's form, so he only has seen the werewolf. He doesn't. As far as he knows, Mark was just being possessed by this thing earlier. So you know,
it's composure
Firearms.
firearms, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
he can deal with the trauma of killing his friend later once
Yeah.
he realizes it's his friend.
Rouse. Well, that's hungrier again.
You don't increase your hunger until after, so just make sure.
Yep. That's
Because it
a
matters
plus
for
one.
rerolls.
Yep.
bad.
Should I fish for a crit?
Yes.
I've already spent 2 willpower. I've got 4 left.
Yes!
Oh, no.
Generally, you should.
Pardon?
Generally, you should.
If you're fighting a werewolf, yes, always fish for the crit.
That's fair. That's fair. 2 dice. 2 dice. Well,
I mean,
6 successes.
Hey,
better than 5.
you deal 4 out to it. And as Zach pins the stray, just after the shot rings through it, it pierces somewhere in the torso. We see blood begin to mat the fur very quickly.
Be right back. Sorry. Michael.
The regeneration not kicking in to protect it. The form of this werewolf begins to shrink under Zach. You see you see your friend again. Betsy's one of those gloved hands to his side, just sort of forcing it underneath him. Okay. I think that's the first time we've been beaten.
Heal my friend now, or I will hunt you down and I will put you down.
Kid, I'm working on it. Fucking silver.
And it's yeah, there's And then James doesn't really say much. Other than he doesn't say anything else to Stray. He just looks at Elliot. You okay, man?
I lost an arm.
Yeah, I noticed.
So, point of order: are the strays still strays?
It's still Stray, yeah.
I'm back.
No, the strays downstairs
It's-
are still strays, is the question.
Oh, all right, okay. We'll cut down there in a moment to see.
Is the werewolf dead? Is that what I missed when I had to go grab dinner?
He is reverted into a more human form.
Yeah. I think James will also say, and call off your other dogs. Game's over. You lost. At least try to be a good winner, a good loser rather, and at least try to be a good loser.
Definitely not a winner.
Yeah. Well, when Elliot's like, I lost an arm, he just it's like, we weren't here to give him a chew toy.
No, I'll call off my dogs if you call off yours. Indicates like the wolf above him.
Zach,
My fangs are at his neck.
yeah, he just looks up at Zach. Play nice, Zach. Like, there's a question mark at the end of that.
I may have to roll for my addiction because that was some sweet.
That was some very sweet
It
drug.
was delicious.
Yeah,
do you
if
wanna roll for
Zach
this?
hesitates,
Composure
Zach-
resolve?
Yeah.
Remember,
if
he's
Zach-
not a werewolf,
Actually,
so
you know
silver,
what?
does-
Willpower check.
not much.
So willpower check. It's not like if whatever you've spent in terms of willpower will act against you here. So because it's difficult to resist this stuff,
2 out of 3.
it is incredibly fucking tempting. Like it's so good. Like, well, it's a mix of it's like being like loved from the inside by like every like single nerve ending in pure fucking bliss. It is so fucking good. It wants more. You want more.
We're gonna
you
crash so fucking
need
hard.
more.
Here's the thing:
You are able to resist.
if I drain this thing dry, I may get to keep all these cool powers. I don't know. We need to experiment. No.
Is he gonna experiment?
If he tries to attack Mark, James will shoot him in the head.
Am I close enough to James to block that? Because we should not be shooting other members of our team.
If Zach does not pull away, James will raise the gun and be like, "You're not eating my friend."
Numb.
You
Can I-
gonna attack him?
Can I pull the gun away from James? Okay.
Zach make a bite attack.
I want to make an act. I want Zach to make an actual bad life choice once.
Okay.
As opposed to all the
he
others.
will be
right?
trying to throw you off.
Okay. He's gonna pull the trigger.
So what's
I'm gonna argue that Elliot and James are canceling each other out.
Okay then.
Just honestly, like I believe in Mark's ability to throw this one off. To be honest,
Spending a willpower.
okay, I'll also be spending a little fire.
Mark doesn't need to spend a
Laugh
willpower.
so fucking hard if he got a crit there.
Yeah, that would
I
have been
just like
funny.
the idea that Elliot is holding the gun away, and he's only got one arm. James has got two arms and can't get out of Elliot's grip.
Elliot is actually good at keeping guns away from people.
So
Because
it's
Elliot's
you're
like twice
not,
James's size, right? He's huge.
you're not able to clench your teeth around them properly. Whatever element of the stray is still like possessing Mark, is helping enough. But they're also not able to escape.
At that point,
There's a draw.
At that point, Sack would regain control of his senses and pull away. Pretty much, pretty much narratively, the wolf instincts kind of went out, but now that it's a draw, Stack's able to actually recompose himself and back. The rational mind comes.
In the background, Elliot is yelling at James. Did we learn nothing about shooting our friends?
Also, he's trying to eat mine.
Also, Jen, I did DM you something.
So yeah, once Zach pulls away, James will just relax and stop, and he'll focus back on Mark. Just you're still alive in there?
Kinda.
Good. Then
You hear
fix what you broke.
Mark's voice rather than the strays.
Yeah.
It's not like the strays layered over.
Yeah. What? You don't hear Stray at all?
Not in this instance of him replying. Right. You've heard it before, in this moment, but this is Mark speaking back.
Yes, Mark? Is that actually you?
Yeah.
Shit. Sorry, buddy. There wasn't another choice.
Yeah, no. I know.
There was BRB, someone's buzzing the door.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Since Zach stood off him, the priest will stand up.
Can I retrieve my arm?
I mean, I'm not stopping you.
Thanks.
Good punch, by the way. I think Stray hasn't had a good actual fight for a while.
Question. Jen.
Mm-hmm.
We're in the trauma ward, right? In the cancer ward? Not trauma, sorry.
Yes, you are.
Can I go into one of the rooms?
Yeah.
Oh, in terms of collateral damage, how much did we avoid and how much was caused?
So we'll cut downstairs for a second. You see the snarling pack that was moving towards you.
Sorry about that.
Turn back. They all kind of pass out with the strain that's been on their bodies. It's like coming off a 3-day bender, just they have no energy left as they just fall.
So Veronica sees that and just drops out of the combat stance and goes, how the fuck am I going to spin this? And she is wandering upstairs, completely ignoring the passed out people.
Hmm. Yeah. You head upstairs. You get to glimpse of Elliot heading into one of the patient rooms. Um, Elliot, there are some very terrified patients who see you and probably the state of your knuckles and things like, and I think your hands are still morphed.
I mean, one hand is holding an arm.
Right, yeah. They are not okay. There are shouts and like screams and fear from a few of them. You can see like one unconscious patient, and can pull the curtain if you wish.
Oh yeah, basically.
Yeah. But yes, Veronica, you were saying.
Did Veronica catch that Elliot lost a goddamn arm?
I think you saw the arm in one hand and like could recognize it as his. Yeah. Like, there's that sort of momentary disconnect of like it could be he's holding his arm in a weird way. And then it's like, oh no, he's holding his arm in a weird way.
She just goes,
Hey, so Elliot, is Elliot hungry? Hey, Elliot, you've got some fresh meat in your hand. Are you hungry?
I'm assuming at this point, Sack can slowly start turning himself back to normal.
Yeah.
So I had to leave halfway through Mark saying something.
Yeah, so I mean, Mark is staying up,
Yeah.
or standing up now.
I imagine James is
still holding where the bullet went in.
Yeah.
There's still blood coming out of his neck.
Would I know the vampire blood heals?
You may be vaguely aware after what happened with Elliot's
Yeah.
sister.
Once Sack returns to normal, and now naked Sack will instantly go to doctor mode and start wrapping up and healing Mark.
Yeah. Is that James is gonna be like,
you all know there's something though.
What?
Sack no longer looks Sack actually looks different now after turning back. His hair is now white instead of the black with light green tips.
Veronica looks over at Zach and goes, "That's a little extra, don't you think?"
I don't know, blame the werewolf blood. Again, naked Sack is now tending to Mark.
She takes off her lab coat and goes, "Also, you're in the buck right now," and passes him her lab coat.
Yeah, and
can I make a med check to stop the bleeding on Mark and help?
Sure. It's difficult to like actually stop the bleeding right now. But you can provide enough care that you probably won't bleed out. I won't make you make a check.
Yeah. James will look at Mark and be like, so how much of all that bullshit do you remember?
I mean, don't hate me for this. But I kind of knew most of what was happening from when I picked up the gloves. I don't think we have any time to explain, but if you check the chaplaincy,
Sorry, what was that?
check the chaplaincy.
All right.
The question is, can we leave?
I mean,
Ministry's work is done.
The game's over, so I think.
I have a question, Mark. Are you going to, by chance, keep the effects of that blood in you?
Don't know.
Asking for a friend.
Zach?
He's not a dispenser, Zach. Are you a dispenser? Because
I am tired as fuck. I think a strong breeze could knock me over right now.
Well,
Can I make a medicine check to see how high Zach is right now?
it's like
I
how
don't
is
need
that?
to. Like,
Yes.
it's very high. Like, people's are like so dilated, it's almost cartoonish.
So Veronica will put her hand on Zach's shoulder and go, Zach, you are currently ascending to a different dimension right now. And when you crash, you are going to crash the hardest crash you've ever crashed in your life. So you are going to come with me to the drug care ward, and I'm going to monitor you until you crash.
No, better plan. Zach starts moving up towards the chapel.
Veronica grabs him by the shoulder and is moving him towards the drug rehabilitation ward.
Zach, you technically still have powers active.
James is just guiding Mark towards a room, the nearest bed that you can put Mark on so Mark can rest. Like, empty bed, obviously, but he is guiding Mark to wherever there's a room with beds in.
Sure. For Mark, he will resist. He won't like push you off or anything.
Yeah.
He'll like put a hand up to stop you.
You need to get rested, buddy.
I can rest at home, okay? I don't think there's any silver still in me, so
Right.
you'll look like the hand, like the stray should be able to fix this. But,
I mean, I could be wrong, but do you know what I am?
yeah, I do.
Well, I think my blood can heal. If
I mean,
I'm not sure how blasphemous that is, but
I appreciate the sentiment. I really do, but of everyone, I don't think my soul's the one in danger.
I mean, if there was a way, look, mate, if there's a way to fix this, you better not be holding out on me.
The spray doesn't know a way to save you, but they're planning to we think after this that where a ritual probably has planned, he'll probably end up using your brother as the innocent. I think the original plan was to use me, which is weird.
Yeah, buddy. You keep saying we, and you're talking like you know far more about what's going on than you should. The fuck are you involved in, man?
I mean, I now have a werewolf in my head.
I know it's a pointless roll, but can I roll like wits awareness or wits insight or something to see if I can tell if he's lying? Because I like out of character. I'm wondering if he's like SI or something. I'm like,
no, he's just actually possessed by a werewolf ghost.
I mean, it's fair, but still.
Also, Jen, can you check DMs?
And we need to keep him possessed by this werewolf ghost so I have a dispensary. I mean, friend.
Okay, let's be honest.
Worst.
This is nowhere near the weirdest thing that has happened in World of Darkness.
Nah, I'm not gonna roll. James would be thinking about that. Like that's just me out of character. It would be a useless roll
so-
anyway.
Do we need to make a post strength check so I can just continue walking to the chapel like Mark said to do?
So strength athletics.
Yeah, you can make your way to the chapel.
The issue is Veronica's trying to stop me.
Right. How hard is Veronica around stopping you? Is the question.
Right now, Zach is essentially extremely
High as a
high.
kite.
As high as a kite, which means not only it would have been bad enough if he was a regular human, but he is a supernatural entity with powers, with new powers apparently.
He just feels really good. Like, so good.
So right now, she is treating Zach like he is high on PCP.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually just like drugs didn't affect me normally when I was a human. They probably won't affect me normally now.
Zach, you've heard of like tasting the rainbow? You could eat the rainbow.
Yeah.
No. At this point, Zach is the rainbow.
God damn it! I said it, but I was muted.
Veronica is going to be pretty adamant that he wait until he comes down off this high.
I would rather keep these abilities and use those to investigate the chapel.
So two things, like it's these abilities and things, this high won't disappear until he feeds from another source. You've been kindred just long enough to realize that, like, most of that.
Okay, let me put it this way.
He's not like losing himself. Above him, if he had a beast, like as a normal kindred would, he would be at much greater risk of frenzying.
Yep.
But as a thin blood, he is not.
Okay, fine.
He is just like, he's in that first hour of doing coke, basically, until he feeds again. Just like good.
Let me put it this way. Until Veronica is convinced that his ability to reason is not impaired, she is not letting him do anything important. So she is going to do some tests, and if she is convinced that his ability to reason is not impaired, she will let him do what he wants.
Sure.
Zach will just at that point. Zach will just start would walk in a straight line and rattle off some basic maths. There, happy? Let's move.
Meanwhile, Elliot comes out of a room with the other arm attached by a few ligaments, clearly still not fully attached.
You do know that will regrow, right? Zach just says.
It's easier to like reattach it, but it will probably need like a cast to help it stay in place.
He's still holding it, but it's vaguely attached now.
I recommend
As
saying
the dream of being attached.
Wouldn't the arm also be slightly rotten? Because it's been a while since we returned. The arm would be rotten.
Hasn't been that long.
It hasn't been like detached for very long.
No. I mean,
we haven't been dead for that long.
I mean, we've been dead for a while, so the arm would rot
for like a month.
Yeah.
So it's like maybe slightly decayed, but
yeah, it would be kind of necrotic.
Elliot, I'd recommend just letting the arm drop to the ground and leave it be. You'll get a new one tomorrow.
That's not how that works. But,
yeah, it takes longer than that.
Again, I'm playing this as, Zach read that somewhere in the chantry, doesn't fully understand how it works.
Yeah.
I think I'll keep it.
Okay. Mark, what were you looking for in the chantry?
He wrote a letter for you.
Okay. See ya. Begins to walk off again. Again, being pulled by
James, I I'm gonna head off. If that's
Are you
okay.
sure?
It's to Elliot.
Mark, any chance you could put some files of your blood somewhere before you leave?
Oh my god.
I would if I could spare any.
Okay.
It's going to be useful in the future when we have to rip Crowley to pieces.
You do realize Stray's still in there, right? He's going to tell everyone what you're saying.
I am very supportive of that endeavor.
At this point,
but I just don't have it in me. But
and one, Stray, I'm pretty sure Stray doesn't like Crowley as much as we do. And two, they already know we want to kill them. That's like saying the sky is blue. I don't think it would be a shock to anyone.
like Crowley is scary strong. This is his best chance at freedom. So we're gonna head out and hope for the best.
Okay. I mean, you sure you don't need anything? I mean, I really did want to have to shoot you.
Yeah, I mean, I was honestly quite surprised. It's really harsh.
I mean, you sent a zombie invasion in a hospital.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, I understand.
I hate zombie movies, buddy. Like, just rude.
Like 3 Hail Marys and we'll call it quits.
I would apologize for almost draining you dry, but I was still kind of hoping if I drained you dry, I'll keep all these abilities.
Is that even how it works?
I don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's gonna like start limping towards like the stairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
While this is going on, can we say that basically we traded our Touchstone's contact information in case of emergencies?
Oh yeah, that too.
Sure. I don't see why not.
Basically what Veronica wants to do is, because she's almost certain Zach won't do it on her own, she's going to text Zach's significant other and basically say, firstly, we're all alive, yay. Secondly, your boyfriend, it drank the blood of a werewolf and is now incredibly high.
You're so lucky this isn't like an SI antagonist game.
Right.
Because that is a lot to fit in.
There's... I'd like to remind you, Khan is still alive.
Season 2. Anyway.
Just Khan intensifies.
You know what? At this point, Veronica doesn't give a shit anymore.
I mean, she doesn't know, so...
Yeah. So anyway, we'll shift out of this sort of scene and go into a more open-ended narrative bit. So
does Veronica text?
Zach and Veronica, you do find a letter in the chantry. It's signed to it says to James.
James would have gone to the chantry or wherever, so he would be getting that letter.
I hand it to him.
Yeah.
After reading it.
Do you mean the chantry as in the church or the chaplaincy in the hospital?
Sorry, it's chaplaincy, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I assumed it was the hospital church.
I read the letter and then hand it to James.
I think James just raises an eyebrow. Just
you know it's for you.
Yeah.
And that's just got like 2 James written on it.
It does say to James, but yeah.
Okay, then you know it's for you, but I'm still reading it.
So
as James takes the letter, he's like, I still have 5 bullets left, right? And he starts reading.
You know I can become a wolf again, right?
Still got 5 bullets, bitch.
How about we don't shoot each other a fucking again?
Ah,
The letter says, um, my friend, I know this will find you well. If the night has gone as we hope, then we will be on our way to one sort of redemption or another. I was so happy to meet you again and so hurt to see what you had been through. I know you all suffer, but I must confess my heart breaks most for my old partner in crime. You asked if I believe in monsters, and I find my original response lacking context. Regardless of how this night played out, I truly do not count you amongst them. I think in you lies a good person, and hope that you still believe the same of me. Unfortunately, we are drawn towards a dangerous game, and much is on the line. Your brother especially. Through the Black Dog, I have learned much of your situation, the horrors you almost face outside and in. The spirits bound to Crowley, they are dangerous, but the real danger is in the man himself. Even the stray fears his command of the darkness. Our time is running short, but we believe that Mary and Jack can be saved. Their souls are bound to certain items. Mary to a mirror, and Jack to a pair of boots. We entrust a power to you all that will help bind their spirits if they would stand between you and salvation. If we have expired tonight, then I ask that you purify and burn the gloves I wear, and free the Black Dog as well. And then there's a biblical passage. Now I exhort you, brethren, by the name of our Lord, that you all agree and that there be no divisions among you, that you be made complete in the same mind and in the same judgment. Corinthians 1:10. Or in short, I trust you all to do the right thing.
yeah.
Yours in faith, Mark Aldrich.
So,
He reads the whole letter out, and as it goes, especially when he gets to the bit about not seeing James as a monster, James, he starts crying. I'm definitely not getting misty-eyed. What are you talking about? Shut up!
When it gets to the
Don't
bit,
judge me.
when it gets to the bit about working together, I just look at Elliot.
can I propose that James gets a humanity up from that?
Okay, we'll talk about that there.
That's actual material.
But
just
to clarify, overleaf, there is a it's difficult to decipher, but Zach would recognize this from his own studies as some form of blood sorcery, a ritual.
Yay!
Ooh. Yeah, like he turns the letter over, sees it. This bit's for you, mate. Just gives you the letter with the ritual on it, or the side with the ritual on it.
Yeah, I will do.
Did Veronica get any text back from Zach's significant other?
They're at the movie, so I'm assuming no.
Well, I mean, she would eventually. We're kind of out of like real time. But yeah, that concludes this arc. You each get works for yours. I can't remember how much I said before. It's 10 or 15. I think
it was 15. I think you said 15 before.
I mean, I would like it to be 15.
I think
it was 15, but yeah.
And enough XP so I can. Enough XP.
It was, but I think before you started the campaign, you said that in total you wanted it to be 50. 50.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, 15 would put us at 40.
We're kind of throwing that a bit, but we'll say 15.
then.
So yeah.
Enough XP so I can learn this blood ritual. That's what we want.
I'm giving you this ritual for free. As a story thing. But anyway, we will be wrapping up here.
Yes.
We have to go to an after show. I mean, hey, this went super fucking well as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I was expecting. I was expecting for a lot more to be lost than an arm.
Yeah, honestly.
I was just doing some calculations in my head, and I am fairly sure that few, if none, of the patients died during the attack.
Yeah, actually, it's an interesting thing. The patients who were turned are healing. And in the aftermath of this, when you check their charts, they were all terminal. Like Mark picked the ones that were dying to turn. As maybe some effort to save them or limit the damage that he inflicted.
You might want to check your DMs real quick, Jen, before you give the death count.
Yeah. Cool.
What
So
did
there's one
you
death.
What did you do?
Jesus Christ. Someone died of blood loss that night. But anyway.
What I'm hearing is Elliot's about to lose another humanity.
Honestly, probably not.
But
At this point,
we'll end the stream just now.
Yeah.
And yeah, go do our after show. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed that, guys. I'll catch you on the flip side.
Yeah,
I'm no longer allowed to feed in this campaign, is what I've learned.
yeah, basically.
Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed.
Happy birthday. Bye.
Bye.